Hey guys, come on in. I'm waiting to be shared into the group with Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace. And I am still trying to figure out how I'm going to pull all of this together. Let me get my phone plugged in. Come on in. Let me check my computer. Okay, let's see what we got here, y'all. You can find me 3 places in this live, at least 3 places, on my page. Hey, Sherry, in Grace Creations, which is a private group that you need to join in order to see it. And Grace Creations is a group of most of us are Christian crafters, and thanks, Sherry. Thanks for sharing me in. And so you'll find a lot of spiritual Christian inspiration. So Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace are sister groups, and the advantage of watching me in actually that group is that after me, Crazy Granny's Creations by Diana is going to be up. And hold on just a minute. Adam, can you turn that down just a little bit, please? Okay, thanks. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
Sister groups.
Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace are sister groups, and if you watch in that group, then you can just refresh the page and go on to watch the next creator that comes up. And if you are not following my page, I would appreciate it if you would follow my page, and if you would follow anybody else's page that you're not following. All right, let me see if I should be in the group at this point. Let me see. There I am. Okay. All right, so the theme for today is cozy mittens, and I live in southeastern Virginia, y'all, and we typically don't get a lot of cold weather, so I don't do a lot of winter projects because it's going to be a couple of months and we're going to be into spring and summer again soon. So I always like it when I'm in an event because it forces me outside of my, norm or my comfort zone. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to go ahead and paint these mittens, and I've got these from Jessica. Oh, Sherry, help me with Jessica's page name. I got these last year from her, and I think there were 4 that came in the box. And I think I made a couple of them, and now I've got a couple left, so I'm only going to use one of these. But I want to tell y'all about a new product that I have. All right, let me turn this around. A new product that I have been using. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It is called Base Coat, and I'm going to put it right here so y'all can read it. I need to get a stir stick. This is called Base Coat. Oh, I wanted the white, not the off-white. But why do I like this? Because for the most part, I can cover something in one coat with this, y'all. Okay, I want the white because I'm going to be using white and copper. I'm going to use a combination of stencils today. I need one more hand is what I need. And less mess. So this base coat, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but it is almost like pudding. And when you paint with this, especially, I haven't used the white yet. This is the first time that I'm using the white. but it is, can you see how thick that is? So I'm expecting that I'm going to be able to get a good base coat with this, with just, I'm hoping one, see how thick that is, y'all? I love this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to just put this on here. And my plan is to make a welcome sign today. So we'll see how that turns out. We have at most January and February here in southeastern Virginia to have winter stuff up, because come mid to really the latter part of February, we're going to start having daffodils come up and crocus and you know, all of that stuff is going to start appearing, and we will switch into spring mode here where I live that early. And you know, we'll still have some cool days, but it won't be, although some of the worst snowstorms we've had were in March. But March is typically, you know, kind of warm some days, freezing other days. And then April is about the same. But we have our flowers actually start appearing in February. All right, so I'm just going to, what I'm doing is just going over this. This is the first time I've used this on wood. I have used this base coat on canvas. And I'm telling y'all, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It is really thick. And so I'm going to do this coat here, and then I'm going to come back, and I want to take a chalk couture stencil, and kind of, I'm going to use a copper color. So, Sherry, I'm going to use your favorite color today. I'm going to take a shimmer copper from Chalk Couture, and I'm going to use a stencil to get kind of like a burlap look. All right, this is a little bit thicker than I thought, but it's going to be good. All right, so let me dry this, and then we'll put a second coat on it. My page name. Yeah, okay. I haven't used the bonding boss for wood, but I have used the bonding boss for glass and slippery stuff. So so far I'm thinking it's needing a second coat, but this is really, really thick, y'all. So we'll see. This is from Gaffrey Art Materials. And they do a lot of heavy-bodied paint. All right, so this is drying pretty quickly. I'm going to need to do the back side of this also. But I'm going to take a burlap stencil with Chalk Couture. And the idea is for me to have kind of like a burlap look. I'm going to kind of mix burlap and bling. All right. I'm going to put one more coat on this. I had, Lindell, I had actually thought about using bonding boss, but I thought, well, with the wood, maybe I'd give this a try, and we'll see what it does. And, all right, it's needing the second coat. It is thick. It goes on like pudding. I'm telling y'all, it is thick. It goes on like pudding. Now we're going to get the second coat on here, and I will typically paint the back while I'm on my live, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time for that, so I may hold off and do that at the end. We'll see. One of the art teachers that I take that I've taken classes under, she introduced me to Gaffrey Art, and I have some of their heavy-bodied paint that I want to play with, but I haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, that's looking good. So this is what we have. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a couple of coats on this. This is the kind of like the, I guess, the cuff of the mitten. So what are you? Are you a mitten? Are you a mitten person or are you a glove person? I remember when I went skiing, the mittens actually kept me warmer. I know you love copper, Sherry. I thought about you when I pulled the copper out. I thought, oh, I'm gonna play a Sherry to Givens today. I love this shimmer copper that Couture has. All right, so here we go. So this is, we're going to let that dry. I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to put another coat on top of this. I'm thinking that, hey, Michelle, how are you? Come on in. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Thanks for joining Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace. My page name, I've heard a lot of people say my name and leave the back end of it off. The full name of my page is Nothing is Wasted Designs, and it's important that that I keep the designs on there because it doesn't always come up. My page doesn't always come up if you only put in Nothing is Wasted. I don't know why. I just know that that has kind of been the case. So my page name is Nothing is Wasted Design. I had wanted to have just Nothing is Wasted, but I think on Facebook, the name Nothing is Wasted without the designs was taken. So that's how you will find my page, is if you use the full name, Nothing is Wasted Designs. And I'm Julie. For those of you that are new to my page, the name of my page comes from John chapter 6, verse 12. For any of you who are new to my page and haven't heard this, when Jesus was feeding the 5,000, he told the disciples to pick up the leftovers, and so that nothing was wasted. And so when I created my page, hey Sherry Cook, how are you? When I created my page, I prayed and asked God to give me the name that he wanted me to have for my page, and he took me to John 6, verse 12. And so there is another scripture that that coincides with that, and that is that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So between Jesus feeding the 5,000 and didn't want anything wasted, and God uses all things for good, that is how my name came about. Hey, Kathy. Now, after me at 4 o'clock, you're going to want to hang in there and refresh your page, because Crazy Granny's Creations by Diana is coming. And she always has a lot of fun projects that she does. All right, so this is looking good. I'm looking at the time. Do I dare try and do the back side of this? Let's try it, y'all. Let's do it. Let's see. This is the white. I want the white. I'm going to go ahead and give this one coat. I find that if I wait and do the back after I have decorated the front, I almost always mess up something on the front. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got plenty of time to do this. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put this on a door tag. We'll see how that goes. And boy, this is sticky. With a welcome sign, and then what I will do is I will take down the candy cane that's on my front door, and I will put this up for, a couple of months for the winter, or what we call winter. What y'all call winter up north and what we call winter down south are two entirely different animals. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna grab that. We're gonna dry this. We're gonna see, this is the first time that I have used this on wood. I did not cut this myself, Kathy. Sherry, can you drop Jessica's page name in the comments, or Lyndall, or somebody who has Jessica's page name? I got these from Jessica, and I can't think of her page name. But you can contact her, and she cut them. I think I got I think I ordered 4 of them, because by the time I added shipping, it just made sense to order all the extras. I think she sells them by the piece. I don't cut any wood. I don't have the shoulders to do that. All right, there's that. All right, let me get one more coat on here, y'all. And then we're going to get to decorating. And I'm hoping, I'm going to have some bumps and some lumps, and that's kind of like a no-no when you're working with stencils. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to be working with Couture, and I'm also going to be working with an Essential Stencil. So the Couture is going to go on first and give me kind of like a shimmery burlap look, if that makes any sense, since burlap is kind of rugged. And but we'll see. I had wanted to work with fabric, and Josephine, when she pulled out her fabric, I thought, oh, well, it's probably a good thing I changed my mind, because I had thought about doing some stuff with fabric also. But we'll see. Actually, that might be the front. Now, let's see. How do I want to do this? That's right. This is the back. Okay, this is good. I'm going to put that brush in. We're going to put this away. We're going to dry this, and then we're going to do a real quick job craft with Coutures. They call their stencils transfers. I am a designer with Couture. If anybody's interested in getting any of the products, but that's not what I'm here for today. All right, so we're going to dry this. And we're going to turn this over. See, it already tried to mess up on me. Good thing I decided to do the back. All right, so this is what I'm going to use. This is called weaving. Okay, it's got kind of like a burlap look to it. Yeah, if you have anywhere that you can share me out right now so that others can find us, I would appreciate that, and Grace Creations would appreciate that. All right, let's see. This is not down all the way. That could be a disaster. And I am known for spills, so that's not good. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to lift this up. I have used this before. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up. And I have to decide how I want to, okay, this is going to go here. All right. So I'm going to put this on here. And we're going to put that down. And we are going to take this gorgeous shimmer copper paste from Couture. It's a brand new jar. All right, let me throw this in the trash. And we're going to take a squeegee. I saw this. This is how my craft page started, y'all. I saw someone doing Couture online. And I thought, well, that looks fun. and I like to learn new things, and I hadn't seen anything like this before, and I thought, well, that looks fun. So I was going to sign up for the club, and I signed up for the club, and then I can't remember, there's a whole bunch of other things that happened, and I ended up, I thought, well, I found out somehow that if I became a designer that I could, oh, this is a little bit darker than I was expecting. So I'm going to maybe need to come back with white. But I ended up, I thought, well, I was buying a whole bunch of stuff because I thought, because all I had to do was change, I could erase the design and keep the surfaces. And I thought, oh, well, then maybe I can get away with not as much stuff in my house. Well, that was a joke because I just ended up buying a whole bunch more stuff, which made it even worse. I may take this and go around the edges of this too, y'all. All right, here we go. We want to get this all the way to the edges. But anyway, so long story short, I ended up, I thought, well, I might, if I can save 40% on everything, I might as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Look at that. All right, let me see. Wow, 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 wow. This is going to be gorgeous. All right, y'all. Oh, my goodness. So just like that, let's see if I can do this. Look at that. All right, hang tight because I'm going to put that off to the side. How we doing on time? All right, so real quick, I think I'm going to have time to do this. And I have found that if I clean my stencil right away, it just is so much easier. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to put some water on this. And when I put the water on there, the sticky part of this neutralizes. So it's not going to stick to my glass mat like you think it's going to stick, because I'm going to be able to just pick that right on up and clean this up. If y'all have not gotten a glass mat yet, oh my word, I highly recommend you get one. All right, so I'm going to take my board eraser, and it's going to get in all the little nooks and crannies. And I'm going to wipe this up again, and then I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to go ahead and get the outside. I want to do, the only reason why I want to do this is because if I catch this right away, it is so much easier to clean. If you don't, if you let it dry in the silkscreen area, it's still going to come clean, but it's just going to take a little bit more elbow grease. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And I've just found that if I can do this right away, that is the way to go. And then I'm going to just kind of scrub my mat with this board eraser. I used to take this over to my sink and clean it, but I saw someone, I don't know who it was that I saw clean their stencil right on their mat, and I thought, well, why am I not doing that? Just to make life easier, right? We all want it to be easier. At least I do. I struggle enough without making it hard on myself. All right, so that is that underneath? Yeah, that's underneath. This one is. All right, so there we go. And then I'm going to clean this. And lickety split. We are ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring this back up. And I'm going to stick this right on the back sheet. And then I will be able to put this off to the side, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. I'll straighten that up later. But anyway, we're going to put that over there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to dry this. Make sure that this is dry. Oh my gosh. Sherry, you would love this, the way this is shimmering. I almost feel like I should do the back side of it too. But I'm not going to do it though, because I want to make sure that I have time to decorate this. All right, it's got a little bit of a bump to it, so I might take a little bit of sandpaper and knock this back some. All right, hang on. Let's see. I had this thing here, so I'm going to just take this and just kind of knock this down a little bit. That's better. Because I don't want it to be too raised for when I do the stencil on here. All right, I'll show y'all what I got. See what I got? Can you see that? I'll see if you can see the shimmer. The mitten is not on Couture. Just the stencil part that I have. Get the mitten from Jessica. Let me look back and see if somebody tagged Jessica for me. I'm terrible about remembering everybody's names. You would think, you know, when I used to teach school, I'm a former public school teacher, and I have a great short-term memory. I can remember a lot of information right off the get-go, and but I forget it quickly. I used to learn all of my students' names. I would have 90% of the students' names memorized by the second day of school. And that was important because I taught junior high students, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. And being a math teacher, what I did was I had to test the kids to make sure that they were in the right math. And all right, so I'm going to bring this in here. I think this is going to work, y'all. Anyway, so while the kids were taking tests, I would go around and I would tell them, I said, you can sit wherever you want, wherever you learn. I'm not gonna do a seating chart, because I was my last name was Adams, my maiden name, and all right, I'm gonna put this on here, and we're gonna get another brush. I'll tell you that story in a minute. And we're going to get some cardboard, and I'm hoping this is gonna look good, y'all. I'm hoping it's gonna look good. We'll see what happens. All right, so now what we're doing, we've gone from Couture, we're switching over, we're switching hats over to Essential Stencil now. And but anyway, so the second day of school, I would go around and I'd ask everybody their name. I'd tell them they can sit wherever they want, as long as that's where they'll learn. If you're going to sit and chat to the the person next to you, then I'm going to have to move you. I said, but you decide where you want to sit. Because see, people assign themselves seats anyway. Teachers don't have to assign seats. All they have to do is just rearrange seats so that people will learn wherever they are. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, and I guess I should have shown you all this first, huh? Let's see, can you see that? There you go. This is what I'm going to put on here. So while the kids were testing, I would literally just go down the list, and I would memorize, you know, what their names were. And then when they finished testing, you know, that 45, 50-minute period, I would, before they left that day, I would go down the rows, and I'd tell the kids their names. I said, you know, you're Henry, you're Sarah. Only the first names. And you know, they were so impressed because they had 6 new classes. None of the teachers knew them. And, you know, we're talking teenagers here. I love teaching teenagers. And anyway, oh, I like this. Okay, I think this is going to turn out like I want it to, y'all. So, you know, they left my class, you know, feeling important, feeling like somebody, you know, knew them. And so it was a great way to begin a good rapport with the kids. And, you know, and then the other thing that I like to do was I would call home, and in the beginning of the year, I would always call home and say, I really enjoy having your son, you know, fill in the name in my class. And, you know, within the first month, I made sure that I called all of the kids' parents. And I found over time, you know, as I taught, that was a much more, oh, I like this, y'all. That was a much more effective way. And I'm an encourager anyway. And so I don't know, God's just given me a gift to be able to see people's potential. And sometimes people don't know their own potential. So I like to be able to say, you know, I bet you're good at this, because, you know, the Holy Spirit will reveal things to me. And but that was most of my discipline in my classroom. Okay, this is kind of cool, y'all. Okay, it's a little bit busier than I was thinking it was going to be, but this is what we have so far. And then I'm going to take this section over here, and I'm going to put I'm going to put a flower on the mitten right here. But so that those first, see, yeah, I think I want to do it this way. Those first couple of days, you know, it was crucial to grab those kids and make an impression on them, so that, you know, I would be able to speak into their lives. And all right, do I want to just put that on there, or I think I'm going to put the little twirly thing on here too, y'all. Okay. All right, so this is what we have. How we doing on time? Oh, we got tons of time. Okay, so this is what we have. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's see here. Where's my stuff? All right, we're going to put this up here. Oops. This is going to go up here. And we are, all right, I'm going to put this in my water. I love teaching the teenagers, y'all. I had so much fun teaching. I had so much fun teaching that when I left public school to be a stay-at-home mom, because God called me to be a stay-at-home mom, my friends, my colleagues that I taught with, put bets on me as to how long I would stay away. That they just thought for sure that I was never gonna make it as a stay-at-home mom. And that was 35 years ago. So, you know, until God calls us to do something different, we stay where he plants us, right? And so, but I loved it, you know, open house PTA, you know, I always told the parents how much I loved that age, and of course the parents were glad to have me. My mom was a registered nurse, and she worked in the Virginia Beach school system. And so she was a school nurse. And I'll never forget the time that I had this one kid. Oh my gosh. He just gave me a fit. He was a 7th grader. And I mean, it was like, you name it, he did it. And so anyway, I called home. I was a new teacher. I had such great expectations for the parents, because if you called home if you called my house when I was a kid in school, that was not good. I was a good student, but so I didn't get in a lot of trouble, but my sister did. And anyway, so I called this, I can still remember his name, but I won't say it. He's got to be 50 by now. Anyway, I called home, and I, you know, told the parent, you know, all these problems that I had with the kid. And the parent said, I wish you'd tell me what to do with them. And I had no ideas. Well, I had talked to my mom, and my mom said, always, when you call home, always have 2 suggestions of what the parent can do, because you're not the first teacher that has called that parent. All right, here we go, y'all. So I've got some, I don't know, kind of like faux fur. We're going to put that on here, and then we are going to, let's see, I'm going to leave the sides open. But anyway, so that was a lesson learned in being a newbie teacher, was that if you're going to call home, you better have some suggestions for the parents, because they're looking for help. They've already tried everything and nothing has worked up at that point. So, all right, here we go, y'all. I'm going to stick this on here. I think I like that right there. We're going to let this kind of cool so that we can get this. So, and then I had another kid that, he was so funny. He was another handful. This was like about 5 or 6 years after my first year of teaching. And every time I called his house, his mom wasn't home. And anyway, it was like, didn't make any difference if I called at night, if I called in the afternoon. He wasn't, his mom was never home. And anyway, so, all right, hold on, let me get my scissors. So again, my wise mother, I think it was my mom who gave me this idea. My wise mother, she said, call in the morning, he won't be sitting by the phone. He was answering the phone and saying, my mom's not home, my mom's not home. And, okay, I think I got this. All right, I'm going to take just a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut this on the back side. You know how normally we take and we sand stuff? Well, this is fabric. So I'm going to just go around the edge. I'm going to use the edge of this wood as a guide. But anyway, so that was, I think I called like at 5 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And the mom answered the phone. Oh boy, this is coming out all over the place. The mom answered the phone. Come to find out, I knew his mother and didn't know that I knew his mother. She was what do you call it? A teacher who taught all the teachers in the city of Chesapeake. And it was called the STAR program, and it was, you know, how you can, I'm going to just throw this away because it's going to be a mess. Anyway, by the time I got her, I was fit to be tied. I didn't know I knew who she was until someone in the teacher's lounge said, are you kidding me? That's Jamie, whatever her last name was. And, all right, y'all, so this is what we have. We got some fur on here. How we doing on time? 38. Oh my gosh, I'm like way ahead of time. But anyway, so I told her all the stuff that her son was doing in my class and everything. And she said, I can guarantee you're not going to have any trouble with him today. And anyway, he came walking through the class. This was another 7th grader. He came walking through the, all right, let's see what I got here. All right, this is what we're going to do. Isn't that cute, y'all? I think we need to put some rhinestones or something on this. I'm not sure where we're going to go with it. But anyway, he came walking through the door that day, and I just told him, I said, weren't sitting by the phone this morning early enough, were you? I was so smug with him. Never had another problem with him. He ended up being a star student, and it was kind of funny. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. I'm wondering if should I do wood? Should I do wood glue, or should I do the glue gun? Which one, y'all? Wood or glue tool? I'm kind of thinking I should do wood glue. That's what my gut's telling me. Y'all tell me. Y'all experienced glue people. Tell me which is the better glue for this. Wood glue or glue stick? Thanks, Sherry. All right, so I think I want to put some trim around here too. All right, let me see what this looks like. Wood glue. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. Thanks. That's what my gut was saying. So we're going to do that. And get me a stick in here. I haven't figured out how to keep that thing from being clogged. All right, here we go. I thought that was the right idea. I kind of feel like I should have done something different for the fabric too. All right, we're going to go ahead. This is a kind of a quick, what's it called? Fast set time. And this is tight bond. So I think this will be good. All right, let me put that down. All right, we got that all the way to the edges. Got one little spot here. I had, y'all, I have a few stories like that, where I had some really difficult students. But I was new, and, it's like, now it's like, I really loved teaching the junior high kids. They were so fun. And, but it was, it was time for me to both. Oh, you're thinking, I wish I would have seen that first. Hot glue for instant hold. Yep. Oh, well. Hopefully this is going to not take too long to dry. I don't think I can lift it up to do anything now. Can I lift it up and wipe it off? I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna mess it up. Let's see. It's kind of slippery. All right, let's do it. Ooh. All right, let me wipe the stuff out of the middle because we want the edges to have a good seal. Let's take some do some of this out of the middle. All right, now we're going to get the oh, I need another glue stick. Hang on. I don't know, it's like I always said that, if God called me back, I'd go, but I don't really have any desire with my health the way it is and everything to go back. And the way the school systems are. I've been telling people for years, get your kids out of public school because it's just an indoctrination at this point. But I loved it. I had for the longest time, I still have kids that I'm like Facebook friends, not kids, they're 50 years old now. But I always still see them at age 13, 14, and 15. But every so often I'll run into a student that I had years ago. And, okay, that was a good idea, y'all. That was a great idea because now it's sticking right away. Oh, you know what? No, it's not because I didn't. Oh, well. All right, so this is what we have so far. We're not done. So now what I want to do is where did my... I had a door tag. Oh, here it is. I had a door tag. And I'm thinking that we can put this on here. And we can put this down here that says welcome. And I'll be able to, all right, I'll kind of kick that on there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this all set up. This is what we're going to do, y'all, okay? And we're going to put this on here. It's going to be a welcome sign. This is going to replace, I guess I should do, thinking B7000 because this is going to be outside. But, oh, this is still kind of moving. All right, so we're going to put this on here like that. So let me, all right, we're going to go ahead and do this, y'all. Here we go. I'm going to go with the glue gun. All right, there's that. Put this right up here. Oh, you know what? I didn't even plan this. I have brick and black. So this is going to match my house. I didn't even plan it, y'all. And it's going to match the outside of my house perfectly. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this. Okay, I'm going to use this stuff here. I don't like the smell of this at all. But I think it'll, come on. Ooh, this stuff is strong. No, maybe I'm not going to use this. It's not going to come out fast enough to, all right. All right, let's just can that. Hold on a minute. You know what? Maybe I need to use this. Eileen's. I got all this glue, and I'm not quite sure what to use when. All right, let me wipe that off. All right, so here we go. We're going to go with this. All right, let's do this. I think this will work because this is like an all-purpose type. But I played games with the kids. I mean, I had so much fun. I even had one kid. He lived in government housing, and somehow, I can't remember how it worked out, but he needed money for a haircut. I asked him if you know, if I washed my car before I came to school, would he wax it after school? And he did such a beautiful job on it. I paid him to do it. And anyway, I didn't realize that what he was going to use the money for. But when I asked him what he used it for, he said that he used it to get a haircut. I mean, some of these kids weren't very financially well off with their families at all. Oh boy, it's a mess. Okay, I'm going to have to come back with some alcohol and clean that off because it's like a mess. Not doing too good with the glue stuff, y'all. Hey, Susie from Denmark. It's always good to see you show up. Glad you could join us. All right, so this is what we have so far. All right, we've got welcome. And I think what I want to do, I have some Totally Dazzled. Did y'all see that Totally Dazzled is no more? Natalie is going to go into, she's going to do some kind of nonprofit work. And I haven't researched it enough to see exactly. All right. Okay. I think we got a plan here, y'all. We're going to put some snowflakes on here, but we want them to be flat. Oh, you know what? We need to put one on here. All right, here we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. We know what we're doing. This one's not laying flat, so I don't like that one. And that one's kind of... See what we got here. I want something kind of chunky on here. Maybe a couple on here. And then we'll come in here and we'll put some of these. All right, that one looks good. And then we'll put some snowflakes over here. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and cut this open, and then we can do, I'm thinking that I can do some rhinestone trim also. I've got some silver rhinestone trim, so we're going to put that there. We're going to just kind of cut these off of here, and put these around. I'm liking it. It's coming together, y'all. It is coming together. It's so funny because my husband, he's such a planner. And I'm such a wing it. I'm just a wing it person. But we work together well. All right, I think I like that one better. Let's see if there's another big one like that. It's got lots of big rhinestones on it. That. Hold on, I'm looking. Maybe this one here. Oh, this is going to be pretty. All right, so I'm almost thinking I'm going to have to do the B7000 if it's going to stay outside. So here we go, y'all. Let's see if we put that there. This one, I think we'll put that one there. That one's not laying flat. That one's not going to work. Maybe I should do this big one right here in the middle. Yeah, that's what we should do. All right, how we doing? I got 10 minutes. I'm hoping this is going to stay out in the weather, y'all. We'll see. This is going to match perfectly with the outside of my house, and I hadn't even planned that. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? All right, let's see if, I don't think, all right, let's try and see if we can get any kind of hold on this. Without burning myself. All right, I'm gonna put one right smack dab in the middle there. I like that. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some various sizes of snowflakes. I like those. And I think we'll take that one off and put that one up there. And let's see what we got for balance here. I need another small one up top here. Trash. I like that. That's it. Okay, this is perfect. How we doing on time? We got 8 minutes. We're good. Hey, Diana. I want to remind y'all that Diana with Crazy Granny's Creations is going to be up next. So be sure and hang in there to watch her. All right, this is, I don't like that bump in the middle because that means that's the only place it's going to hold. This one's good. That one's not good. All right, I gotta regroup here, y'all. I've got to have something that's going to be flat so that it'll stay put. All right, so we're going to do, that's better. All right, here we go. Let's put a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. Come on. Okay, there is that. And then we'll do this one with, where's my hand shaking like that? All right, we're gonna put this one on here. And it's gonna go right there. Just going to kind of push that down so it fits. All right, then we're going to do the same thing on this one. Y'all are going to love this. All right, so this is what I've come up with for 2026. What I'm feeling like what God is leading me to do. If any of the projects that I make, if anybody wants it and wants to pay for shipping, I will send it to them for the cost of shipping. I mean, even this one, I mean, I'm planning on putting on this one on my door, but if somebody wants it, anything that I make this year, or until I tell you differently, anybody who wants any of the projects, because I have so many projects that are just building up and I need the space in my house. I'm also going to be giving projects away to assisted living homes this year. And so this is the year to take advantage of, you know, I guess free projects, free from the sense that all you have to pay is shipping. And but that's kind of what I'm going to do for 2026 this year. I just cannot keep, I don't have the mobility to go and do like craft shows and stuff like that. All right, that one's got a bump on it too, so we're not going to use that one. That one's got a bump on it. All right, we got to get flat ones, y'all. So, like all the money that I've invested in the Totally Dazzled and the surfaces and the paint and all of that, I'm not even going to charge anybody for that. I just want to bless people, but you'll have to pay for shipping. So if you're interested in anything, just send me a message and say, I want the whatever it is that I'm making that day. And I'm going to continue to say that, but this is going to kind of be my theme for 2026. And, you know, it's really cool because, well, this part's sad. A friend of mine's husband died. And anyway, yeah, all right, so I'm going to put that one right there. Oh, y'all, this is looking awesome. I had I was going to send the gal who lost her husband flowers, and the Holy Spirit reminded me that I had set aside an angel that I had made. It was a chalk couture angel that I had made last year. And anyway, so, and then the Holy Spirit gave me what to say, a write-up and everything, so I'm sending that to her. So I got lots of stuff in my house. And you love your hippie sign. I am so glad. I saw that in your craft room, Diana. It looks great there. It made me smile. It really made me smile. All right, y'all. So this is what we have. Well, it seemed like, I was thinking about maybe putting some more bling on it, but I've only got 3 minutes. So I don't know how much. Oh, I'll show you what I'm going to do. The other thing I'm going to do, whoops, is I want to get, this is, let's see if I'm going to do this or if I'm going to do this. One of the two. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get it out here and see what looks best. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it on here. All right, so this is what I'm going to finish this off with. I've got 3 minutes. I'm not going to actually get this finished, but let me show you what we have. Let me get this out of the way. Oh my gosh, y'all. This turned out better than I expected. I just love it when a plan comes together. All right, let me get all of these out of here. So I got lots of Totally Dazzled that I need to use up also. So I'm going to be working with Totally Dazzled supplies. And all right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me pull you. I only have 2 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to get it done. But you see this? Let's see. It's not going to shine. Anyway, it shines. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this around the edge. I think I want to do all the way around here. Oh, you know what? I didn't even need to do the back of that because, all right, and then that will give it another shine. But that's all. That's pretty close to all the time I have. It is 3:59. I am Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. And if you're not following my page, I would love for you to follow my page. I do a variety of different kinds of crafts. I try to inspire people to step outside their comfort zone and try new things. And if you are not following my page, please follow it. And also, thank you to Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace and all the admins and everyone who does such a great job to keep this group running. If you are not part of Grace Creations or Inspired by Grace, then please make sure that you join. It's a free group. And then all you have to do is just, swipe down and let the page come back up. You can refresh it, and then you can watch the next crafter. So anyway, so this is what we have. I'm going to try and do this. Ooh, this is heavy. This is what we have. Let's see if you can see the, there you go. You can see the sparkle in it if you look at the rhinestone trim that I added to it. And I love y'all. Jesus loves you the most. And be sure and refresh your page so you can see Diana, because I know she's going to have something fun for y'all. All right. Love y'all. Have a great night. Bye.